You are now tuned in to FTBDM from the Black Dragon's mouth. Dragon up, man.
What's up, people? It's JM, the Black Dragon King, and you are listening to FTBDM from the Black Dragon's mouth. Before I go on, let me go ahead and give a shout out to Theron Bond for the new drop that you just heard at the beginning of the radio show. She's a mass comm undergrad from Tennessee State University, and another interesting fact, we were in the same program and we took classes around the same time, from about 2006 to about 2009, at least on my end. She's thorough to the point and very professional. So if you ever need someone behind the camera or in front of the camera, she's got you covered. And if you'd like to learn more about her or if you need any of her services, feel free to hit me up and I'll pass it on to her. Also, I'm going to shout out the 808 Workshop. Now, their producers have worked with the NBA, Ace Hood, Gucci Mane, Kevin Gates, Yo Gotti, IMSU, Pepsi, the WWE, GTV Vodka, and us at Black Dragon House. We got this beat that's in the background from them. So if you need a fire beat, go ahead and hit up 808workshop.com and tell them I am the BDK sent you. Now on today's show, we're going to talk about the election, or at least I'm going to give my thoughts about the election. And just a few days ago, we elected Donald Trump. Let that sink into you people. A guy with no government experience, a couple of bankruptcies, is going to run the most powerful country on the planet, the United States of America. We're the laughing joke of the world right now just because of that fact. You could have had somebody like Hillary Clinton. At least she has some government experience behind her. She may not have been the best choice, but at least it would have made sense. But nobody wanted to hear that because she's a woman and because of some stuff that may have gone on in her past. I can respect that. Everybody has the right to vote the way that they want to vote, and I had to come to terms with that too. As a part of a democratic country, we have the right to vote for either someone who's going to do the job or a complete dumbass. It is what it is. Now, some people see Trump's election as a sign of doom and gloom. Personally, I'd kind of agree with them because now people's true colors are coming out. We're seeing people for who they are. That can also be considered a good thing, depending on how you look at it. Now, one of the people that may share that view of it being a good thing and the best thing that's happened to us as blacks for a long time is Mr. David Banner. And if you don't know who David Banner is, he's a rapper. One of his famous songs was Like a Pimp. Now he's transitioned into a higher state of consciousness and released an album called The God Box. So let me go ahead and let you listen to his thoughts on what Trump's presidency may mean for us as blacks.
Maybe the best thing that ever happened to black people, maybe in history, because now there's no excuse, and I'm starting with me. People look to me as a leader, and in so many cases, I try to push it off like, I'm just a humble servant, but the truth is I am a leader, and I have to become more prepared. I have to be more prepared to speak on our behalf when it's time. I have to do more reading based on the things that will help my people, not just help me become more intellectual as an individual. And I need to do that. I need to tighten up on my grasp on the English language and, different things. And I think that as a people, we need to become more prepared. We need to start today. Like, what's going to happen in our local elections next time. We're going to have to educate ourselves. We're going to have to prepare ballots. We may even have to go as far as creating our own third party.
And he's not the only one that shares that view. There are a couple of other free thinkers like himself that tend to think that this is a wake-up call for us. Now, I do have a soundbite from a guy named Mitchell Chance, and I got that from Brother Darkness's YouTube. So he has some insight about this too, and I'm going to go ahead and run his clip.
What's going on, kings and queens? It's Mitchell Chance, the voice of revolution, exposing minds to truth live from the corner. And I am excited this morning that Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States. And this is the best thing that has happened to black people in 50 freaking years. I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why. I got a whole lot of reasons, but I'm only gonna give you 3 reasons why I'm excited about Donald Trump being the president of the United States and why that's great for black people. The first reason is, y'all don't know how I'm feeling right now. The first reason is this election has showed all of these black people who kept running around saying we over racism, we've grown as a country, or we're, all of this stuff don't exist. We had a black president, so everything's all as well now. Do y'all still think that? Oh no, y'all don't think that no more. Y'all seen all them red states. Y'all seen that racism ain't over. Now you can realize you have an enemy out there because we haven't been doing what we're supposed to do because we thought all was well. If Hillary would have won, y'all would have been like, oh, it's so much equality. We had a black president. Now we got a woman president. And oh my God, America has come so far. But since Donald J. Trump won, that lets us know there's a problem, and we needed to know there is a problem in this country. Too many of us were running around acting like there was no problem, like there's no such thing as racism and white supremacy, like there's no such thing as oppression. It's been so many of us running around like ain't nobody holding us back but ourselves. But now that you've seen those red states, you know it's a system.
Is anything that they're saying to you resonate with you? Do you think they're right? Do you think that would actually bring about black unity? I mean, those points of view are interesting, and in theory, it could work. We may need that smack across the back of the head to say, hey, wake up. It's time to go to work. It's time to stop fighting and showing everything on social media, or it's time to stop fighting petty battles and let's go to war together. Now, how do we approach this war? Do we go and get guns, and do we go and get physical and start kicking and punching and screaming and stabbing people? Or do we have another route? Now, in my opinion, we do. We can take the financial route and start putting money into black-owned banks. Now, I've personally preached about this, and I even started a page, Black-Owned Bank Movement, not to be confused with Bank Black. I believe that if you start at least one account with a black-owned bank, it'll help us out a lot. You don't even have to stop buying Jordans or iPhones or whatever you want to buy. Just one account. And if you happen to be with a national bank, stay with that national bank for travel's sake. Personally, I happen to have 2 black-owned bank accounts. That's just me. Now, here's some words from Killer Mike that kind of back up and co-sign what I've been talking about.
I encourage us to take our warfare to financial institutions. If you are truly angry, keep your big bank account with one of the national banks because you may have to travel in and out of state and out of country. But make sure that you take a portion of your money, you put it in a small black bank or credit union, and for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you watch that money accumulate. What I would like to see happen is 1 million people Instead of buying Jordans or caps or whatever thing is cool this month, instead of us doing that, 1 million black people find one black banking institution. If you're in the Southeast, you can go to Citizens Trust Bank. You can go to Citizens Trust, start a $100 or more account. You can go as cheap as 20, but 100 is where I'd like you to start. 1 million people do that, black or white. We have $100 million moved into that bank. That bank can still then start doing small home loans in areas that are being gentrified, so black families can move in those areas also. It also can do small business loans, $15,000 to $18,000, can float a small business for a year. Larger banks will not float those type of loans to minorities especially. I know this because I own a small business, and I have tried to apply for those. This bank will start to do that. That way, the bank will make money, and they will be able to get more loans, collect more money, and we will open more accounts.
Now that's today's show. I am JM, the Black Dragon King. If you want to get in touch with me on social media, I am on Twitter at I am the BDK. You can get in touch with the Black Dragon House at BLK Dragon House. Spell it out. Also, I'm on Instagram at I am the BDK. And on Instagram also as Black Dragon House, and just spell everything out. If you need to email us, go ahead and hit us up at whatsup@blackdragonhouse.com, and we'll get in touch with you with either one of those. That's it for today. Au revoir. Sayonara. Peace.